Injuries for today. Greenlaw, groin, will not practice. Kinlaw, knee, won't practice. Mosley, knee, won't practice. Eric Armstead has an abductor, will not practice. D. Ford, ankle, limited. And Marcel Harris, oblique, limited. Go ahead.
As far as Raheem, is the procedure he's going to have now more extensive than what you thought he might have on when you talked to us on Monday?
Yeah, the prognosis on Monday was what we had, 6 to 8. Further review, looking into other opinions and stuff. You know, there's a longer surgery you can do that will put him out for the year, and that's the way we're going to go.
Is that a surprise to you?
I mean, it doesn't. When I talk to him and I hear all the other stuff, it's not a surprise to me. I mean, the first prognosis I got was what I told you guys, and that's all I got at the time. But once I heard more stuff after the press conference, no, it made sense. I don't think there was much of a decision to make after hearing some of the stuff.
How do you just feel about the running back situation? Obviously, you drafted 2 guys. You kind of feel like as much as Raheem gives you, other guys can just keep you rolling?
I mean, anytime you lose a player like Raheem, I mean, Raheem was a captain, one of the best players on our team, so that definitely hurts. But, you know, as you can see with the way Elijah stepped up when he came in, he did a hell of a job. Have a lot of confidence in Hasty to do the same, and same with Trey. We'll get his opportunity now, most likely to be up. So we have some depth there. I think we always have, but, you know, I don't think we've gone through a year here where we haven't used all 4 of our running backs. So I hope to not have to do that. But, you know, after 1, we're down 1, and hopefully sometime this year we'll get Jeff Wilson back too. But, you know, it's always in the league that way, especially with running backs. It's next man up, and we expect those guys to not miss a beat. Yeah, we brought him for practice squad. Yeah.
Is he already here?
Yes. Yeah, he should be out of practice today.
Do you have more clarity on Wilson's time?
On whose?
Wilson, Jeff Wilson's.
No, I don't. I mean, I think he just started running and stuff. I mean, we're hoping around. I mean, I hate to give a date because just like I did on Monday, I could be wrong. It seems to be a big deal if I correct myself. You know, I'm hoping in November. You know, that's, I guess, the area that we're saying, but it could be a little earlier, it could be later.
Is Kinlaw's injury something that he's going to just have to manage throughout the year, or is that something that he can get over it?
I mean, we're not sure. That's why we're trying to take it slow with him. And when we have, it's gone better. So you got to see how that continues to react. I think we'll be easy with him today. Hopefully, if it continues to go well today, he'll get out there more tomorrow. You know, when he hurt his knee in Dallas last year, you know, it was a pretty bad injury that he ended up going on IR for. He got it cleaned up, but you know, it hasn't healed quite as right as we want. So there's been some way. It seems like it, but when he's gone, it's started to affect him. So hopefully, taking it easy these last 10 days or so, it'll start to get better, and we'll see how it goes day to day.
With Mosley, is there concern that this is a long-term injury?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think we knew we had a chance last week, really, and which would make me feel pretty good this week. You know, I think the traveling, stuff like that doesn't help a ton. That's why he's not practicing today. We'll reevaluate it tomorrow, but I don't think it'll be a long-term thing.
You guys brought in Kirkpatrick during training camp, right?
Yeah.
So is that just one of those things that you knew where he was, you knew what kind of shape he was in case you needed someone, he was at the top of the list?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Josh was someone we were talking to too. We talked to Dre earlier on, trying to get him into camp. I think we ended up signing an extra safety at that time in HaHa. But yeah, these are people we've been keeping track on.
When you were watching film, how impressed were you by the offensive line? How much of a bigger challenge maybe do the Eagles present than knowing that you faced them last year?
I was very impressed with the O-line last Sunday in the run game and the pass game. And I know it'll be a huge challenge this week. I mean, just watching the tape of Philly, I feel like watching the tape of them since I was in the NFC West like 10 years ago. It almost seems like the same guys out there. They still are the same effectiveness. You still see Fletcher Cox doing the same stuff, Brandon Graham doing the same stuff. Anyone who's new is right up to their level. So watching them last week, I think they're as good of a D-line as there is in this league, and we definitely have a huge challenge this week.
Is it a question about how Mike McGlinchey would operate, you know, in the rushing attack in space with all that extra weight? How did he come out of that game? How did he look in those?
I thought he played real well. I know he came into camp a little heavier because I think he was a little lighter last year, but I see the same guy, and I think he played a hell of a game. I don't. I've talked to him on the phone once. Seems like a hell of a guy. I really like how he's carrying himself, and you can tell his team's playing real hard, and they looked real well coached in their first week, and know some players who know him. They speak very highly of him.
Does he, if you look at does his background, the trees he came from, does it show up on film, like what he tries to do?
Yeah, you can see some of the places he's been. You can see how I think I think he started out as a receiver coach with the Chargers, and I think he really helped Keenan Allen out there, especially talking to Brett about that. You can see how well coached their receivers are, which I'm sure he has an impact on. Their offense does a lot of new things, does some indie things, but they're using their skill set very well.
Aiyuk, he's obviously extremely talented. He had a very strong rookie season. Do you have any sense of there's an exhale there, like he took his foot off the gas pedal a little bit?
Not totally. I mean, we just, it's kind of anytime that you do have a setback with a hamstring and you have a guy behind you playing as well as Trent's played. I know Trent wasn't a first-round draft pick and stuff, so that might not be as obvious with the talent level and stuff, but he's been a hell of a football player since he's been here. Aiyuk's been a little inconsistent because he's been in and out with his injury and stuff, and that's what we felt was the best chance for us this week. Last week, Aiyuk still's got a chance to get that spot up and not rotate as much. Trent just doesn't make that very easy. So these 3 days are important in practice, how we balance out our game plan, how we balance out our routes, and I'm happy with Aiyuk. It's nothing against Aiyuk. I'm just also happy with Trent too, and I think both of them can continue to get better.
Where does he need to? Obviously, he just started his second season. Aiyuk, where does he still need to grow?
I'm not trying to single out any specifics because it's like every player. You got to grow in every single area. And when I know this is all being to kind of like we're punishing Aiyuk or something because Trent got even reps with them or we rotated those guys. I'm not going to sit here and say he's got to do the A, B, and C to get back out there. It's more we've been practicing the last month, and one guy's been there every day, and I think the quarterback's got a lot of confidence in him. I do. God, I thought that was my phone, man. Jeez. But yeah, if he wants to be out there every single play, he's got to be a lot better than the guy behind him.
Is that your same ringtone?
It is my same ringtone, but it's been on silent for a long time, so it made me nervous.
A lot of pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo came through the running backs last game. How hard is it to get those young guys to be able to pick up those blocks and do the protection level?
It's tough. I mean, the one that he threw to Debo, the touchdown pass, they brought two to the back, and, Hasty, I thought did as good as the job he could do on that. The way that backer blitzed him in the A-gap, it's a little bit of a tough situation that you can't make a living putting him in that situation too much, and it was nice that Jimmy hung in there and made the big play to kind of scare people out of that. And then, he missed one blitz pickup, on a play action route down there in the strike zone. I like to say that should never happen, but it does, and definitely happens a lot more than usual in someone's first game. It wasn't something he wasn't sure of. He just hesitated a little second, and once you do that, you can't go or you run into the quarterback. So he knew it as soon as it happened, and because we came out with the win and stuff, I look at it could be a good thing because I think that'll help him not miss it again.
Things on Trey Lance. Does he run your scout team in practice during the weekend? And if so, how much can it help you when you're facing a more mobile quarterback to have a guy who can actually throw?
Yeah, he does the majority of the scout team. I'd say he gets about 80% of it, and then we give Nate about 20%, roughly. And so that's usually the main reps that your number 2 quarterback gets throughout the year. So that's always tough on that guy. But it's awesome when you do go against a running quarterback and your scout team quarterback has that skill set. And when you don't have that situation, we try to put in some more athletic guys at that spot. But the defense our defense who's trying to play honest kind of gets an idea when you see, like in the last couple of years, you see CJ or Nick doing the passing plays and you see Richie James come in and do a zone read type play or something like that. So it's cool when they get the same guy every time and you never know what's going to happen, which will be how it is for them on Sunday.
Take 2 more.
I feel like you're killing 2 birds with one stone. He's getting scout team reps running their plays, but maybe there's some crossover their plays and your plays that it can help him if he gets into the game.
Yeah, I think some. I think that's one of the best things for a quarterback where, when there is crossover plays, that's great. But also it's kind of good for, rookie quarterbacks when you're on scout team all year. It's also the only spot you just kind of get to relax and play football. When you're trying to do your own offense and go through training camp all the time, you're trying to learn all this new stuff and attack a certain defense. And that one, when you get a card that's handed up, you just look at it. You try to put it into our own play. It doesn't always match, but you kind of get to experiment a lot of stuff. And I think that's a lot more beneficial for the guys if they do get that opportunity.
Coach, being back in the Greenlaw, because you were in this position just 12 months ago coming here in between back-to-back road games. So having that experience, how much was that going to help you going forward? forward?
I mean, anytime you know what you're getting into, I think it always helps. I mean, the unknown to me when you get off your routine is what messes guys up a little bit. But that's why we like coming here. They do it awesome, but we also know exactly what we're getting into. We have a great facility that we don't have to leave for all the football stuff. We got 2 practice fields, 2 full fields, which is great. The wallpaper's rough in our rooms. That hasn't changed, but everything else is pretty awesome.
Last one.
Is there anything specific you asked Trey Lance to do when he's going through scout teams, or is it just the plays that?
Yeah, try to, if you recognize the play and you can put it in our stuff, try to follow that. The timing of the play, when to look, when you don't have enough time to wait on a play because your scout team O-line is getting beat, don't just sit there and take it. React like you would in a game. It's also nice when you can do that and you have a quarterback like that too, that the defense is playing against. So if it's not there in rhythm, same thing I'm going to want Trey to do in the game. Run around, break the pocket, try to make a play, and that's where he can practice it and at the same time prepare a defense.
Kyle, is there any concern about Armstead's availability for Sunday?
No, I mean, he can't go today, which makes it always a concern. But he wasn't too concerned about it after the game. I think it started getting sore for him the last 2 days, so we're going to be smart with him today, and I'd be surprised if he didn't go, but I can't guarantee that.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.